Several months ago I installed the original Yamaha center stand on my Ténéré 700. Before purchasing the stand, I thought about buying the other options on the market. Having installed both aftermarket and original accessories on the bike, paying extra for the original stand is without doubt worth it. This stand is engineered and built to a different standard than most aftermarket parts. In order to appreciate the quality and complexity of the stand itself, just spend your hard-earned money on some of the aftermarket accessory where the slogan for the company is good enough. Not so with this stand. The stand itself consists of 16 different pieces of steel, pipes, thick and thin plates that have been shaped by cutting and bending them. Weight savings have been implemented on the triangular tension brackets, and anyone familiar with structures know that a triangle is the most rigid form of a structure because the three joints are fixed in place and cannot move. The attention to details is also pretty high. With the underside of the little kick plate you push when you raise the bike having a stamp pattern in order to increase resistance from your boot. I know I'm waxing lyrics about this stand, but when I see well-designed products, my heart skips a beat. And when I see the good enough attitude, like all the pickup trucks I've bought, and the one I still have, I just get irritated and want to use bad language. This stand is pretty hefty and weighs in at 4.6 kilograms or just above 10 pounds. Luckily, it's all located at the bottom of the bike, centrally located. I popped the bike onto a motorcycle stand I have, and then I used the load straps, the ratcheting straps, to tie it down so I didn't have to worry about the bike falling over me. And it takes a little bit longer to do it, but it's absolutely worth it. It's peace of mind. And the little cardboard piece you see on the wall, that's the torque numbers for all the bolts that needs to be installed. So the first thing you do is to remove the skid plate. And then you install the two steel brackets. And then you install the stand itself to the two steel brackets. And of course, add grease to all the pivoting points where needed. It is all very straightforward with good instructions. You might want to have a little tape measure, or as in my case, a Swedish meter stick ready, so you use the correct size bolt, because some of the bolts are of similar length. The two springs on the side stand, they need to just be turned over. I assume it's because the end of the spring is interfering with the new setup on the center stand. So a pair of vice grips makes short work of that. The trickiest part of the whole operations is the installation of the two springs. The smallest spring is mounted inside the black rubber sleeve, and the biggest spring is pulled on the outside, so you're going to need a little bit of grease or oil in order to get that, get them to slide on top of each other. When installing the two springs onto the bike itself, I cheated. I used one of those load straps, the ratcheting straps, to pull it in place, and that made it super easy. If you have a spring hook or a set of vice grips, you might be able to pull it in place. If you use the load straps, just make sure that you route the straps in so they don't interfere with anything and they pull the springs in the correct direction. The last step is to make sure that you torque down the bolts to the correct specifications, and then you just have to reinstall the skid plate, and that's it. The center stand is one of the most useful accessories you can install on your bike. It makes chain and rear wheel maintenance much easier, especially if you're out in the rough. It also makes other maintenance and work easier because the bike is level. Thanks for watching, have a good ride. Please subscribe, more videos to follow.